Hi everybody, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation. We've been around for about 4 years, a little bit over 4 years, and we are now in a position where we are expanding our economy to improve the liquidity and value of our currency to benefit all our citizens. Anybody can become a citizen. There's no fee, there's no obligation. All you need to do is register and prove that you're a real person, and that's all there is to it. Once you become a citizen, you're recognized as a citizen, a member of the human race, all part of one big family, and that's as far as we get. We don't separate you because of your color, class, creed, religion, gender, financial status, anything. We just see everybody as a human being. We recognize that all human beings are unique, have something unique to offer our community, and of equal value to our community. Okay. We have a little affirmation that helps us with that non-separatist ideology, and we'll be getting started with that in a moment. But before we have that little affirmation, we'll have a little prayer, because what everybody wants in life is to be happy. And I'm not talking about short-term happiness, that you get from being at a party or buying a car or paying off your debts or whatever. I'm talking about that everlasting joy that is within, and you can't buy that. There are many people that have got all the money in the world, but they're still not happy, and they don't know why. They don't know what it is they're searching for, and they don't know how to get it. And it can only be found through loving service to others. And the great thing about being of loving service to others is that not only will it bring you that joy through helping other people and making them happy as well, but also it will attract into your life everything else that you want and need. So you won't have to worry about chasing after money, which is very difficult. The people that are successful make lots of money, but usually end up stressed out, poor health, and still not happy. Okay, so let's do it the right way around. Let's chase after happiness first and let it provide for us everything else that we want and need. So that's what we'll be doing. But before we get into the prayer and the affirmation, let's welcome the people that we have watching, whether you're watching the replay or whether you're watching live now. We have a lot of people watch the replays because not everybody can make the live event. If you can make the live event, it helps because you can ask questions, get them answered, and that helps everybody to understand what we're about, where we're going. So let's just have a look at who we've got in right now, because we have a few people that have already entered into the comments and let us know where they're from. And we've got Peter from Kettering in England, Lewis from Lisbon in Portugal, Colin I'm confused with because I thought he was from South Africa, but he told me yesterday he was in South Carolina, I think. We got Eric in from Quebec in Canada. Werner is from South Africa. We got Don Wilson, who is also from Canada, but the other side, British Columbia, Vancouver Island. We have Norman in from Doncaster in England. So let's crack on. Let's have our little prayer. Let's have our little affirmation, and then bring you up to date with where we are and what's happening. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, bless each member that they may find the joy of service, and through service attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their lives. Amen. And our little affirmation: we're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okie dokie. Right, we've still been working on ShareHope, lots of things to do today. We got the situation fixed that was pointed out by several of our participants yesterday, in that the personal matrix numbers weren't showing, the people weren't showing, and everything else. Now, one of our members pointed out that although the matrix has been corrected, he'd been overpaid. And in fact, many of you have been overpaid. But we're not going to do anything about it. You've been overpaid, that's fine. We're going to let you keep it because it would cost us more in terms of time and everything else to claw back the overpayments. So you've won a little bit, okay. I know a lot of you won't have even noticed, but there is that situation there. We have been going through lots of bits and pieces and trying to establish that everything is working correctly, and I'm going to be tomorrow sending out some messages to the people that we've got listed as not having renewed their subscription. I've tried to contact people generally about this through both email and through internal messenger in We Share Abundance. In We Share Abundance, I sent it out to everybody. It's a general message. From the ShareHope program, I sent it out specifically to the people that are pro members. But I've found that a lot of the messages from ShareHope are going into spam folders. So you need to check your spam folder and try and whitelist and anything that comes from ShareHope. Now, also, there was an error in the deposits from external wallets into the ShareHope exchange, in that it wasn't automatically recording those payments. And Devyani says she's found the error in these deposit tickets. In all the cases, there was a delay in processing blockchain exchange. Due to this, time system comes back to our site for post-processing session expires. Due to the expiry, We Share Abundance system does not know which user it has to process the transaction and doesn't proceed. So we're going to think of a way to figure out a solution for that. We can record all the transactions, and then we could, when people report an error via a ticket, it would be there to add into their account, so that we do something similar with people that pay by a card, and they don't use the same email address that they registered with We Share Abundance, and so it doesn't process automatically. And we have a similar system there, but I'm not sure that that would be ideal with the blockchain situation. We could increase the timeout for the session expiry, but it actually, for security reasons, we have an inactivity period of 10 minutes. So if your payment doesn't come through within 10 minutes, now quite often they do, and normally they should be within that time span, especially with what we're using, which is the tether on the Binance Smart Chain BP20. It very rarely goes over 10 minutes. So that's something. But we will be having a look at it and a think about it and seeing if we can get it to work automatically. We also had this situation where we didn't have the backup working. I mentioned I went into that. I'm not going to dwell on that, but we will be taking our own backup tomorrow before the process runs at 5 p.m. London time. Between now and then, I've got a lot of work to do in trying to contact people that could be out of benefit if they don't renew their subscription. Also, between now and 5 p.m. is the best chance you have of securing the best position that you can in both your personal matrix and, of course, the community matrix. So we don't want people to lose out. We're trying to make sure that people are aware of everything. If anybody loses a position, it's impossible for us from a practical point of view to in any way recover that position. It's once it's lost, it's gone, boom, because everything compresses up through the matrix. So if you were right at the top and you didn't resubscribe, everybody that was below you, it moves everybody up, and all the positions change to accommodate that one empty spot. It's no longer empty, it's filled, but with somebody else. And to try and reverse that for anybody in any circumstance is just not practical. So don't ever allow your subscription to not renew. We have also been checking on a few things about how the automatic renewal starts. I believe the cron job was set to run on a daily basis, and I said that's no good, because people think that the thing's gone through, and then they look and it's not gone through, and then they try and put it through again, and so that is something that we've been changing. I think we're now running it every 5 minutes, so that the longest you'd have to wait for an automatic update of your subscription would be 5 minutes. But it's not been thoroughly tested at this moment in time. There's a lot of work going on in the background, and it will continue tomorrow. Okay, I see we've got a few more people that have popped in to see us. Let's see who else we've got. We had Norman in from Doncaster, I remember. We've got Ron in from Amsterdam in the Netherlands, Holland. We've got Eric. Would it be possible to see in the referral tab if our own referral due date is this way? We could let them remind them. Would it be possible to see in the referral tab if our own referral due date is ? This way we could let them. I'm not sure I fully understand what you're asking there, Eric. I think what you're saying is, could we advise the sponsor when somebody is going to be removed from the matrix? And that is something that we've got in hand, not particularly in the list of referrals, although that could be possible, but there is something that is in hand. I also discussed the idea of pop-ups going when you log into your WeShare Abundance account, a pop-up saying your ShareHope subscription is due or whatever, And once again, that is something that we are working on, but it's not available at the moment, but it is something that we've got in there. There's a lot of things we can do to improve it. What we're mainly concerned with at the moment is making sure that when it runs correctly. Everybody gets paid the right amount. That is important. And we don't really want people missing out because they've not paid their subscription. And that's why it's going to take me a lot of manual effort tomorrow to just determine and get to all those people if I possibly can, and see what reaction we get from them. Okay, we've got Peter in from Cameroon. Got Richard in. He was missing. He was AWOL yesterday. Don't know where he was, but he was AWOL. From Devon in England. We've got Bazina from Edinburgh in Scotland, Deborah from Southern Alabama, USA, Kingsley from Manchester, England. Eric says, my brother told me when he renewed his position yesterday, it was telling him creating position, and when it did, it was someone else. He didn't say that. I just want to make sure my brother didn't lose his position. If you can see, I think your paid members in let me just check, because I know you can see it in admin, but let me just check in the here we go. No, this is admin. Here we go. Okay, yeah. If you click on total referrals, it'll show you whether they are. It shows their status. It shows them either as free or sponsor. I'm not really sure why it says sponsor, but sponsor means they're paid. They're okay. They're active, paid members. If it says free, they're not. So you can just go through them. I mean, this is my account actually, and there's hundreds of them. So I've got like 60 odd pages, 63 pages of them. So I'm not going to do a screen share, but most of you will only have probably 1 or 2 pages, maybe 5, maybe 10 pages, and you can just run through them and check and see who has not upgraded, and it gives you their email address and you can email them. Okay. So that is from your members home. The red big button at the top in the middle, the left one is your total earnings, then there's a red one, that's your total referrals, and then the one on the right is your total power line in green. But the red one, if you click on that, it will list all your referrals with their email address, and it'll show whether they are free or paid. So you can do it that way, Eric. And we got Walter in from Namibia. Richard, I called in Duck for a couple and it turned into a few more than the general recommendation. I ended up getting the last train back. Okay. Right. Yeah. It wasn't my father that told me this, but it was somebody that said, the beer drinker, 1 pint is good, 2 pints are better, 3 pints is sufficient, but 4's not enough. Okay. I've been guilty of that on many occasions. Walter, the 777 planned update needs to be done. It remains our best project. When a member gets to level 6 or 7, the revenue from position 2 can be used to pay for 1 year's subscription for that person. We'll get to it, Walter. We can't do everything at once, and we can't leave what we've got in the middle. And it is, the ShareHub program is really important. It affects 40,000 people. The 777 program affects 19,000 people. I know the ShareHub program has only got 300 or so paid members at this moment in time, but there will be a lot more. But it does affect every single member. So we need to look after everyone, and we can't just pull off one program to get onto another. We paused the 777 plan, and it's operating completely perfectly as it always has, as long as people put their own people into their free entries when they are allocated. If they don't, then it slows the program down. There is going to be a time when we're not going to have a pool of members. We have 19,000 of our members, or whatever it is, I'll give you the numbers in a moment, out of 45,000 or something like that are in the 777 plan. Once we start reallocating them, those remaining 20,000 or whatever it is will very, very quickly be used up. And when they're gone, they're gone. And people will then have no option to move forward other than to add people into those boxes. It's totally free for them, free for the person that they add. It's just pure laziness and disrespect of the system for people not to do anything. It really goes against everything that we stand for, which is being of loving service to others. Why wouldn't you want to help somebody totally free, get into a program that's going to make them money, costs them nothing, it costs you nothing? Why wouldn't you want to do it? Okay, so that is the situation now. People aren't doing it now. They're not going to do it in the future. The people that are going to be successful are the people that are going to help the people that they have in their business. They are the people that are going to put in people that they know and love and can work with and help them. And those people are going to make a lot of money out of the 777 plan. The people that are totally passive and can't be bothered to put somebody in, the longer they delay, the longer it'll take for them to generate income. Okay? Yeah, we're not bothered about people filling up the 2 matrices. They will get filled in time anyway. We're not looking at getting rich tomorrow. We're looking at helping people. We're looking at doing things the right way. You know, what is success? People often measure success by how much somebody's got in their bank, their wealth. And success can't be measured by wealth. Success can only be measured by happiness. And wealth won't buy you happiness. You can take wealth and power and health and all these other things, but unless they are put to use in the right way, they are meaningless, and they will never get you where you want to go, and that is to be totally happy, blissful all the time. And you'll do that by helping other people, and that'll help yourself. Okay? How long before expiry are we able to renew? I'm not absolutely certain, Richard. It's supposed to be 3 days, but there are things that I want changed in there anyway. When somebody pays a subscription, whether they pay it on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or whenever, whether they pay it early morning or late evening, they should be put in with their subscription starting just before the cut-off for that week. In other words, Saturday at 4:30 p.m. or something like that. And when their subscription has been around for 4 weeks, then they should be in that 5th week as needing to renew their subscription. So they should have 7 days in a situation like that to renew their subscription, because when it comes up for that next week, it should be, but it's not working like that. And we're not exactly sure how it is working, because we've checked a few people and they don't seem to be on the same basis. So we have a query in with Rohit about that at the moment. But that is what should happen. You should be paid for the week you join, and then 3 more weeks, and then that 5th week, you're still there, but you should have that whole 5th week to renew your subscription. And if you've got money in your deposit account, it should renew it automatically on day 1 of that week. They're things that we are looking at and working on and trying to get right at the moment. Okay, we got Ahmadin from Abuja in Nigeria. A monthly subscription wouldn't have been a lot easier. No, why? Because we're based on weekly terms. We're based on a 4-week period. A monthly subscription doesn't fit in with that at all. So no, it wouldn't. And even if it would, we wouldn't be changing it now. But no, it wouldn't be easier. It would be. It would mean we'd have to go to only updating the matrix every month, and we can get more benefit out of it as we get the system up and running to do that on a weekly basis. Richard says my account renewal date is 7/13, which is that's tomorrow, isn't it? Can I wait and see if it auto renews, and if not, renew it myself before 5 p.m? Yeah. Yeah. You can do that. If it's not renewed, if you're still showing as outstanding, you can check it all out when 11/18. Yeah, you've got all basically you've got 5 hours after it runs out, haven't you? I think the cron is now set to run every 5 minutes. If you've got deposit money in your deposit account, it should renew. But I think it's set at 5 minutes. Let me. I think we discussed it, and I think we agreed on 5 minutes. Let me see if I can find that. I know that Devian has got a query on the coding for the renewal, which she's got querying with Rohit. Okay, no, we're not doing it every 5 minutes. We're doing it every hour. after testing. I'm not sure what she means by after testing. I'm not sure whether it's been changed. Anyway, see what happens with it. Yeah, you can do that, and you can upgrade it anytime you like before 5 p.m. Where are we now? My brother and mother and money, and it didn't renew. When was that 5 minutes set up? I just had a look, and it's not 5 minutes. I'm sure we mentioned 5 minutes at some stage, and maybe it was something else that we're looking at. It looks like it's running every hour if it's been implemented. It depends on when their subscription is due to end as well, I think, Eric. But once again, I mention this to everybody a few times through the week. Do take the responsibility yourself to make sure that things are as they should be, that you have your subscription up to date. I think you said you'd done your mother and your brother, so presumably their subscriptions are now updated anyway, Eric. So there you go. And we got Ramachandra in from Watford in England. And we got the numbers, because this, I was talking about this before and couldn't remember the exact numbers. The Sharehook plan, and once again, I'm not exactly sure on this, and I've got a query in with Rohit, but it's gone down 10 to 362 paid members, and I don't know who those 10 are and where we find them and what's happened with them. And so I have a query in with Rohit about that. Hopefully we'll get an answer from him tonight or early morning tomorrow. The 777 plan is up by 54 people to 19,079. Many of those will be people that have been placed in those boxes that are available for the assisted entry. But there will be others as well, no doubt. But that plan is operating as it should. The only thing that isn't being done is we're not picking the people out of our member base to put them in those boxes, because when we change and we create that spillover situation for the members, it would be detrimental to that, and it will be more helpful once we've got on to doing them. The registered members, we have 45,233, up 41, and we got 19,079. So we're looking at about 26,000, just over 26,000 members that we could place once we switch it back on. They won't last very long, folks. If you've got 20,000 people and you've got 25,000 people to place, even if only half of them are getting an entry, that's 10,000. 7 days later, that is increased by 10,000 because you've got 10,000 new ones getting an entry. Within a week or two, our pool of members will be totally used up. And so you're going to need to do what you should be doing and helping people, putting them into those assisted entry positions. What else have we got? Active member count, which is irrelevant at the moment because we'll be turning that over as we get that new system installed sometime next week. But it says showing at 2,116 at the moment. Multiply Weezer, no change in the membership base. But the bonus pool up another $1 to $10,463.32 from getting the revenue share just from logging in. Let me get back to the, I've lost it. Where? Here we go. Okay. Okay, no more questions there. I have, is this, just a minute, we've got Rohit there. Okay, I need time to go through that with him, which I'll do shortly. Okay, so that's where we are. We are close to getting the shareholder plan finished, but there are some issues that we do need to resolve. I don't think they're major issues, and as you've seen from Rohit, I mean, he's been travelling as well at the moment, so he's really gone above and beyond in helping us with this situation. And I'm not sure whether he's stopped travelling this weekend, but he said he will. I've just had a quick look, and he said he'll be available tomorrow morning if needed, and he's left some notes on all sorts of things there that I need to go through as well. It's Rohit's baby, and he is very conscientious, very good. Okay. I don't think we have any more news, anything that I've forgotten to mention. It is all hands on ShareHub at the moment. We will get that finished, I'm pretty sure, within the next week, and then we'll be on to the 777 plan, and we'll get that done within a week as well. And then, while there will be things that crop up that need doing, most of the time we'll be devoting to, or Devyani in her time, most of it will be involved in setting up the mall, and I will be working with a team to get the games site, the Fun Miracles site working. Those will be our two major projects going forward after we've got these two current ones completed. There are things that I tend or intend to implement which will enhance both of these programs for the members, but they're not vital to the running the operation on a daily basis now, but they will help bring members in and make them desire to be more knowledgeable about what's going on. Okay, have we got anything else? No. What day is today? Friday, isn't it? Yeah, Saturday tomorrow. Big day, as I say. I will personally contact everyone that has not renewed their subscription, and we will run the cron job after a backup at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, that's a promise. I'm not saying it'll work as it should, but we'll run it. Okay, I think it'll work as it should. Okay, that's it from me. I can't see any more questions, but you can check on your downline. As I say, click that red button in your dashboard. It'll show all your downline, whether they're paid or free. The only thing is it doesn't say paid. It says, well, anything that's not free take it as being paid. It's a sponsor. I don't know why, but anyway, it's okay. Right. That's it. Get out there. Do what you should be doing to make yourself happy. Share love and abundance. Be of loving service to others. And I'll see you here, same time, same place, tomorrow, 7 p.m. London time. YouTube, Twitch, X, Facebook. Until then, I'll see you later, alligator. In a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile.